This video will be on a recent NBC news poll, and it is revealing. First of all, look at party favourability among white millennials in America. 33% of white millennials have a favourable view of the Democratic Party, whereas 54% have an unfavourable view of the Democratic Party. 13% don't know enough to say. On the Republican Party, 33% of white millennials have a favourable view of the Republican Party. 53% have an unfavourable view of the Republican Party, and 12% don't know enough to say. So, as you can see from that part of the poll, white millennials view the Republican Party and the Democratic Party as much of the same. And the part of the poll about which party cares about people like you among white millennials, 45% of white millennials say that the Democratic Party cares about white millennials, whereas 55% of white millennials say that the Democratic Party doesn't care about white millennials. On the Republican Party, 39% of white millennials say that the Republican Party cares about white millennials. However, 60% of white millennials say the Republican Party doesn't care about white millennials. And this is really revealing. And the Democratic Party cares about people like you. Demographic by demographic is also revealing. 69% of African Americans say the Democratic Party cares about African Americans. 31% of African Americans say that the Democratic Party doesn't care about African Americans. 68% of Asian Americans say that the Democratic Party cares about Asian Americans. 30% of Asian Americans say that the Democratic Party doesn't care about Asian Americans. 60% of Latinos say that the Democratic Party cares about Latinos. 37% of Latinos say that the Democratic Party doesn't care about Latinos. This brings us on to white people, and as I said, 45% of white people say that the Democratic Party doesn't care about white people, and 55% of white people say that the Democratic Party doesn't care about white people. Quite frankly, they're correct. Neither the Republican Party nor the Democratic Party care about white working class Americans. There's no way to avoid this issue. In fact, one of the first videos I did was why the Democratic Party lost the 2016 elections. And Van Jones had a point. There was a white lash, but what the point he missed was that it was a well-deserved white lash. Like, you cannot keep pushing the Kalergi plan in the absence of socialism, which just exacerbates the problem. So if the two main parties in America keep pushing the Kalergi plan and keep fighting for the absence of socialism, then it will be justifiably a plague on both their houses.